The Creepy Corner presents The Hive of Samantha by Duane Hamm. Journal entry, May 3rd. I'm not really sure how to begin this. I've never kept a journal before. I guess I always assumed my life wasn't interesting enough. But tonight, this morning, something happened. Something impossible. And I need to write it down before I start questioning whether it actually happened at all. Last night I wasn't feeling well. It was the kind of sick that's hard to describe. Like my skin didn't quite fit right. Like gravity was pulling at me wrong. No fever, no cough. Just a strange heaviness and a sense that something inside me was shifting. Mentally, I started to feel very alone. That itself was nothing new. Having been single for way too long, I was used to that feeling. But this was something different. Like an existential loneliness. I went to bed early. No snack before bed, no brushing my teeth. I didn't even change out of my jeans. I barely made it under the covers before I was out cold. No dreams, just blankness. And then I woke up, but not like normal. I woke up twice. 2 bodies, 2 heads, 2 pairs of arms, legs, everything, but smaller. Maybe 3 feet tall each, like 2 child-sized versions of me lying side by side in my bed. My clothes had slipped off during the night, and I must have kicked them off in my sleep because they were halfway across the room. I sat up. We sat up at the exact same time. I looked at my own face, blinking back at me. I raised my hand, and she raised hers. Not mirroring, matching. Like twins choreographing each other. But the weirdest part? I could feel both bodies. I could feel the cool morning air on 2 sets of skin. I could see from both sets of eyes at the same time. I was looking at myself from 2 angles. It was like someone had split my awareness cleanly down the middle, but left the wiring intact. We climbed down off the bed and staggered to the mirror. The experience of walking was crazy. I was controlling 2 bodies at the same time and getting all the usual feedback one does when walking, but it was doubled. Once at the mirror, we stood shoulder to shoulder, identical in every detail. Same mole under the left eye, same chipped nail polish on the ring finger, same faint scar on the knee from a fall in 3rd grade. We tilted our heads. Same way, same time. We both whispered at the same time, "This can't be real," and laughed. Not to disagree, just amazed. I spent most of the day walking around the apartment in tandem. I'm not sure what's stranger, being half my size or having my actions and senses doubled. Double the limbs, double the awareness, but it's oddly peaceful. Like I'm in stereo now. I can sit at the kitchen table and walk to the window at the same time. I can fold laundry and brush my hair. Well, I could fold laundry if everything wasn't so big now. I don't feel afraid, just fascinated. I don't know if this is permanent. I don't even know what caused it. Maybe I'll go back to sleep tonight and wake up whole again. Or maybe I'll wake up as 4. Either way, I think I'll keep writing. I want to remember how it feels to be plural. To be me twice. Signed, Samantha. Journal entry, May 4th. Well, I called it. I woke up this morning and there were 4 of me. 4 tiny women tangled in bedsheets, each about 18 inches tall. I didn't panic. I didn't scream. I just started laughing. This breathless, giddy laugh that bubbled out of all of our mouths at once. I sat up. We sat up and immediately fell over ourselves. Coordination is harder with 4 bodies, but only for the first few minutes. It's like my mind is learning to juggle extra limbs and angles of vision. There's no delay, no confusion, just adaptation. The strangest thing is how natural it feels. I'm getting 4 streams of sensory input, 4 perspectives, 4 sets of hands touching the blanket, 4 pairs of eyes blinking against the morning light. You'd think it'd be chaos, but it isn't. It's fluid, like my mind has expanded into something bigger, more spacious. My thoughts are echoing across 4 identical skulls, and yet feel more focused than ever. Size is starting to be an issue. Typing with just one of me is hard, but I came up with a solution. I'm writing this entry by having 2 of me type at the same time. One on the left side of the keyboard, one on the right. We move in perfect sync, like a pair of tiny concert pianists sharing a single performance. It's absurdly efficient. I keep surprising myself by how fast we can go without typos. Okay, fewer typos. The other 2 of me are exploring the apartment. One is reading, lying flat on her back on the windowsill, taking in some sun, and the other is eating a strawberry that's almost the size of her head. We're all aware of what each other is doing. It's like I'm living 4 lives in parallel, experiencing the taste of fruit, the smell of paper, the feel of keys, the ache of tiny muscles stretching all at once. I can even feel the same fullness as the one eating keeps going, as if she's getting enough nutrients for all of us. I have no idea how this is possible. I haven't had any strange experiences lately. No alien rays, no shimmering portals, no strange fog that drifted into my apartment one night. Just me, multiplied. I'm starting to wonder where this leads. Am I going to double again tonight? Will I wake up as 8 even tinier versions of myself? At this rate, I'll need to start making little ladders and ropes to get around. Also, if I go outside, I guess I'm legally obligated to try the classic 4 tiny people in a trench coat disguise. Honestly, I think we could pull it off. We've got the coordination down already. Also, we look adorable. More tomorrow, assuming there's still enough of me big enough to reach the laptop. Signed, Samantha ×4. Journal entry, May 5th. I'm 8 now. Woke up this morning in a warm, jumbled pile of limbs and hair. Each one of us is about 9 inches tall now, roughly action figure scale. And yet, again, no panic, no dread. Just that same quiet amazement humming under my skins. You'd think I'd be freaking out by now, but the strangest part is how not strange it feels. There's a part of me that recognizes this should be terrifying, body horror levels of wrong. But it's not. I feel fine. Better than fine, honestly. Coordinated, alert, connected in a way I didn't even know was possible before this started. We spent the morning exploring the apartment together like a team of curious little astronauts. Everything feels huge now. The couch is a mountain, the cereal box a tower, and the bathroom mirror an IMAX screen. But we love it. We scamper. We climb. We laugh in stereo. Typing this entry is an even bigger operation now. 4 of us are working the keyboard, each assigned a quadrant, upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. And here's the wild part. We're even faster. We're syncing effortlessly, anticipating each other's movements before they happen. It feels so intuitive, so smooth, like a choir that shares one breath. Honestly, we can't figure out how we ever managed this life as just one. That now feels clunky and slow, like trying to steer a ship with a single oar. I've caught myself referring to us as we more than once while writing this. It's not a conscious decision. It just slips in. Then I correct myself and say I. Then I slip back. And I'm not even sure which one is more accurate anymore. Is there even a me now? Or am I becoming something else? Something plural? We're not afraid of it. Just curious. Always curious. More tomorrow, assuming we're big enough to use the keyboard. Signed, Samantha. Or Samantha's? Still working on that. Journal entry, May 12th. It's been a week since our last entry. 7 days, 7 doublings. We're 1,024 now. 1,024 of us. We counted this morning. It didn't take too long, about as quick as it would take a single person to count how many fingers they have. We are very small now, under half an inch, I believe. Looking at ourselves all gathered together in the hallway mirror, it's wild. There's so many of us, we look like a little horde of glittering bugs. Shimmering strands of red hair, little faces turning in sync, bodies moving like a murmuration of thought. A collective of tiny women blinking in unison. That should be horrifying. We know that. Objectively, we resemble something that would make most people scream. But we don't scream. We never scream. We just watch, observe, adapt. We are not scared. We are fascinated. Typing has evolved. We now use 10 of us per key, leaping in perfect rhythm. The chorus of our jumps makes the keys rise and fall like piano hammers. We once watched ourselves doing it from a scout perched high up on the kitchen counter. Dozens of us silhouetted against the light, launching upward with perfect synchronization and grace. It was beautiful, like watching thought made flesh. Our words come slower than they did with 4 or 8 bodies, but our thoughts move faster. Everything feels faster now. Richer, denser. We remember what it was like to be one. It feels lonely, dim, like a flashlight compared to floodlights. We are still hungry, though. Very hungry. At first, we weren't concerned about it. We could survive on crumbs. We only need to make sure a fraction of ourselves eat, and the food nourishes the rest. Still, we've been more careful to not overeat. But eventually, even when we ration, even when we chew slow and meditate through the cravings, the hunger is growing. 1,024 stomachs are not a small demand. We've set up a recurring delivery. Groceries arrive every other day now. The delivery guy never sees us. We watch him from the vents, from gaps beneath the fridge, from the top of the ceiling fan blades. He looks kind. We wonder if he'd still be kind if he saw us. We have enough in savings for a few months, maybe 6, maybe less if we keep doubling. If the pattern continues, we'll be over 1 million in 10 days. We don't know how we'll manage food then, or space, or waste. We are beginning to understand that there may be an end point, one way or another, but we're not ready for fear yet. We're still too busy watching each other climb bookshelves, cook soup in bottle caps, whisper secrets to ourselves in harmonized tones. We wonder how much more we can become, and what we'll be once we stop. Signed, Samantha's. Journal entry, May 15th. We have stopped. The splitting ended 3 days ago. We held our breath, waited for the morning change, but it never came. No more doubling, no new selves. We counted and recounted. The total is stable. We are 1,024. Just over 1,000 tiny bodies, each one a perfect replica of the woman we once were. A woman we now refer to as our origin. We do not say I anymore. We are not her. Not exactly. We are a hive now. A mind stretched across thousands of voices, thousands of limbs. We are many, and we are one. We have built a system, a society. Our home, the apartment, is now a labyrinth of scale. We've repurposed furniture into towers, blankets into terrain. Entire rooms are divided into quadrants. We've assigned different bodies, different tasks. There's no debate over who does what. It's all done as needed. We're able to determine what needs to be done, how many of us are needed, and then separate the right amount and move on to the next task. It doesn't even feel strange anymore. And yet, behind it all, beneath the pride and wonder of what we've become, there is hunger. The hunger is constant now. A gnawing, primal tide. We no longer eat anything but meat. Everything else takes too long, yields too little. We used to cook. We used to care about flavor, texture. Now we swarm. We fall upon a slab of raw chicken or beef like a tide of ants and consume it within minutes. We are fast, efficient, brutal, and still, we are hungry. Groceries arrive daily. We wait for the drop-off, hidden behind walls and cracks. We descend upon the packages before they cool. Every calorie is cataloged and consumed. We ration. We pray. But it's not enough. For the first time since the splitting began, we are afraid. What happens when the food stops? When the money runs dry? We cannot go outside. We cannot beg. We cannot explain what we are to any world that would understand. There is no manual for hive survival, no protocol for a mind fractured into hundreds, starving beneath the floorboards of its old life. We don't want to die. We don't want to break apart. But we can feel it coming, like a storm beneath our skin. For now, we endure. For now, we cling to each other in the dark, and we listen to our many stomachs groan. We were once a woman. Now we're a whispering, starving miracle, and we do not know what comes next. Signed, Us. Journal entry, May 23rd. We don't say I anymore. It happened gradually, but now it feels unnatural to speak in the singular. There is no single, there is only us. A sea of selves, thinking as one, moving as one, dreaming as one. 1,024 strong, 1,024 small. We are not what we were, but we are still who we are. Today, something entered our world. A rat. It must have slipped in through a vent or a crack we overlooked. We heard the skittering first, the heavy breathing, the low clicks of claws on linoleum. Then the screams, our screams, from the northeast quadrant. A group of us, 87 bodies, were caught off guard. They tried to scatter. Most made it out. Some didn't. We lost 23. We mourned in the way we do now, a quiet pulse through the hive, a stillness. We gathered around the remains of the fallen, and then around the corpse of the thing that ended them. Because we fought back, hundreds of us. No weapons, just our tiny nails and teeth mixed with our fury. We killed it. And then we stood there, all of us, around its still warm body, and a thought came to us. We didn't want it. The thought was dark, rotten, but it was true. It came not from cruelty, but from instinct, survival. The hunger had become so sharp, so constant, that when we looked at the rat's corpse, we didn't just see danger. We saw food. We tried to resist, but the thought didn't go away. It echoed. And slowly, reluctantly, we approached. The first bite was unbearable. The fur, the blood, the smell. We gagged as one, considered stopping as one. But then, we felt something. Energy, strength, relief. We continued. Bite by bite, hundreds of us swarmed the carcass. We devoured it. Not all at once. No, we were methodical, efficient. It took most of the morning, and when we finished, we sat back in silence. And for the first time in days, we felt it. Fullness. That terrible gnawing inside us quieted. We did not need to eat again. Not that day. Maybe not even tomorrow. We should have felt horror, and we did, a little, but mostly, we felt sated. That frightens us more than anything. Tonight, as we drift to sleep in the various places we've repurposed for that need, we carry with us the memory of the feast, the blood, the warmth, the silence that followed. We close our eyes, all 10,000 of them, and the hunger dreams with us. Signed, Us. Journal entry, May 24th. We woke up this morning and counted ourselves again. 1,024. Exactly. There was a moment of hesitation, half dread, half hope, that maybe the splitting had returned, that we would grow again and end up as 10,000 or 20,000. But no, we were stable. That number, 1,024. It feels like a truth now, a core, a limit. We are the hive, and 5,000 is our shape. And yet, even with the rat feast behind us, even with our bodies still full from yesterday, the hunger hasn't vanished. It crouches in the dark edges of our mind, waiting. Not sharp, not screaming like before, but watchful, patient. We decide not to wait for it to return in force. We hunted. We brought twice the number this time, over 200 of us, armed with spears made from the bones of our first kill. We moved silently, perfectly. The second rat didn't stand a chance. We brought it back. This time, we didn't hesitate. The feeding was faster, cleaner. There was no revulsion, no pause. We left nothing behind but glistening bones, clean, white. They weren't discarded. We used them. We fashioned spears, hooks, spikes, bits of jawbone into blades, rib fragments into tools. The next hunt will be easier, and the one after that, easier still. We are learning, adapting, changing. And then we notice something else. Our teeth. They are no longer flat, no longer human. We caught a reflection in a drop of water one of us was drinking from and froze. 2 rows now, jagged, sharpened, made for tearing, for feasting. They didn't hurt when they came. We don't remember the change happening. They're just there now, a fact of us. We touched them with our tongues. We should have felt fear, but instead, we felt pride. We wonder if this is the end of the transformation, if the splitting was just the beginning, if more changes are coming. We hope not. We like how we look. We are small. We are many. We are sharp. We are constant. Signed, Us. Journal entry, June 11th. Weeks have passed since we became stable. 1,024 strong, unwavering. No more splitting, no more fear of growth, only the rhythm of survival. We have built something here, a system. Patrols sweep the vents and floorboards 3 times daily. Scouts monitor the cracks behind the appliances, the forgotten crawl spaces between the buildings. Trappers lie in wait with thread nooses and bone spears. When a rat appears, we're on it within seconds. It hardly has time to squeal before we drag it back to the nest. We eat 3 per day now. 1 for morning, 1 for midday, 1 before rest. The meat is sustaining, and the more we feast, the more capable we become. Our tools are refined, our movements faster. The hive grows more graceful, more silent, more efficient. We live in a city. There are plenty of rats, for now. There have been other changes too, not just the teeth. We noticed our ears last week. Slightly longer, curved upwards now, pointed, almost elfin. If the elf was something that lived behind your walls and hunted in packs. It helps us to hear better. Sharpness begets sharpness. We like how we look. But today was different. There were no rats. Not one. Every patrol returned empty. Every trap was untouched. Every whisper through the walls went unanswered. It was like the rats knew. Like they've finally learned to avoid this place. We searched the entire day. Nothing. And now, as we write this, the hunger has returned. Slowly at first, like a small in our stomachs, but it is rising. It always rises. And it waits with the same patience we once thought was our strength. We feel it in every limb, every stomach, every mouth. We need a new source. We are not desperate yet, but we are close. The city is wide. Its walls are full of life, and we are small. We will find food, because the hunger never sleeps. And neither do we. Signed, Us. Journal entry, June 14th. Today, everything we built was destroyed. We were out hunting, 3 patrols, 600 of us spread across the vents. When it happened, we returned to find it all gone. The tunnels carved from furniture stuffing, the scaffolds of thread and glue, the bone tools, our nests, our systems, all of it, swept away. A human had found the apartment. They called it cleaning. We watched from a vent as they moved through our world like a god of thoughtless destruction, vacuuming, dusting, spraying. They didn't see us, didn't hear us scream. They were humming, smiling. They threw away our homes, our food, our future. We wanted to scream. We wanted to leap from the walls and tear at them with everything we had, but we didn't. We watched. We smelled them. We didn't know we could do that. Not like this. Their scent burned into us. Hot skin, laundry soap, the faint trace of meat on their breath. We memorized every chemical of their existence, and something inside us shifted. We used to think we were still human, a strange version, sure, a hive of ourselves, but still, today we weren't so sure. We watched our work, the work of many minds, reduced to trash by a single hand. We looked at that hand and felt something new, jealousy. Their size, their comfort, their easy access to food. They do not hunt. They do not starve. They sleep without fear. They eat without blood. And now they had taken from us. So we made a plan. That night, we left the apartment. All of us, every single one. A silent tide, crawling through pipes, over walls, down wires, and out windows. We followed the scent, traced it through corridors and brick and trash. It led to a second-floor apartment, 2 buildings down. They were sleeping. We entered through a cracked window screen, and we waited until the breath slowed, until the dreams came. Then we moved, all of us as one. We had never worked so perfectly. We focused on the usual soft spots, the eyes, the neck. Some of us crawled into the giant's ears and gnawed away at what they found. There was a moment after, a moment of silence, where we stood among blood and flesh and bone, unsure. There was still a voice in us that recoiled, that wept, that remembered what it was like to be singular, to not swarm. But the hunger was louder. We devoured. The flesh was harder, tougher, but we tore through it with rows of jagged teeth. We ate until the last mouth was sated, until the hive, for the first time in days, felt peace. We left only scraps. We are still us, but something is changing. And we are learning survival may not leave room for shame. Signed, Us. Journal entry, June 17th. This will be our last entry. We've realized the time spent writing, organizing our thoughts, coordinating the keystrokes, managing the memory of who we were, is time not spent hunting, not spent eating. And in this life, eating is all that matters. The hunger never ends. It dims after a kill, after a feast, but it's always there, waiting, whispering. It is the true voice of the hive now. Not shame, not memory, hunger. We've outgrown this place, the apartment, the neighborhood, even the city blocks we've scouted. It isn't enough anymore. The rats are thin, the alleys are quiet, the humans are wary. So we are leaving. We will find a new place, a larger one, a richer one. With food that doesn't run, with soft skin and warm blood and pantries full of meat. A home not made of walls, but of opportunity. Somewhere we can feast, not just survive. We do not need journals anymore. We need sustenance. Let this entry stand as our last record, a reminder that once we tried to hold onto a self, a name, a voice. The name is only history now, and we are not a voice. We are many. We are teeth. We are need. We are coming. Signed, The Hive of Samantha. The Hive of Samantha was written by Duane Hamm and narrated by Jillian Terwedo-Malsbury. The Creepy Corner is part of the Corner Theater Podcast Network from Straight to the Point Productions. It is creative directed by Annie McGrath and executive produced by Annie McGrath and Marisa Cooksey. Episodes are mixed and edited by Matt Keim. New eerie tales will be released every Tuesday and Friday throughout October. In the meantime, stay creepy.